Garage fam, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Guys NASCAR DFS preview show presented by Drip Drop. You got your drip on deck. All right. You can get the drip too right now if you go over to dripdrop.com. Use promo code GarageGuys20 at checkout. Save 20% on the best hydration on the planet. We love it. We drink it. We rip it. We drip it every day, and especially in NASCAR races. So we stay hydrated. Did you ask me to get in there?
Yeah.
All right, we're here. We're back. You know, it's real when we're back. It's daylight outside. Busy boy season is in full swing. Wanted to say shout out to our garage fam at the virtual garage on the Discord server. Love you guys. If you want to check out the Discord server, hit us up on Twitter. You can follow me at Garage Guy Chase. Follow Drew at Chef BoiRDeen, and we'll send you an invite because that shit is popping right now.
A lot of activity. Love it. Love to see it.
So we're getting big hype. We drop a lot of our stuff in there, like last minute changes for DFS lineups, betting picks, things like that. And we have their premium channels as well if you're a premium subscriber at GarageGuysFantasySports.com. So definitely check out that Discord server if you haven't yet. And again, just welcome back. We're glad you're here. Glad you're here on the tube. Glad you're listening on the podcast. We're still here. We haven't forgot about you guys. You guys were the OGs. But we're going to dive off pretty quick this week because after looking at DraftKings and FanDuel, I've realized that we are right back at another insanely fucking hard slate. So salaries they're matched really well. And I'm looking at some of these drivers and where they're placed, and I'm just like, we're in for an overhaul come today and tomorrow and until Sunday.
Yeah, I think DK's done a good job with the pricing model, Chase. Honestly, it makes it really hard to play. There's so many good chalky options that DraftKings basically said if you're going to play these guys starting in the back, you're going to probably have to pay for it. But we found a few guys that we think are kind of priced down, so we'll get into that a little bit later.
Do you remember the good old days when they didn't understand that? And then you could just just rack up people in the back and
Dude, you still see it on FanDuel all the time. I think DraftKings has this dynamic pricing where they wait a little bit longer to release it, and maybe that helps them. But FanDuel's a little clueless on it, so I'll take my shot at FanDuel when I can.
That's right. Take advantage of the dual fan because we stay in DraftKings. We stay in DraftKings over here. All right. Shout out to
usually Chase, when me and you are having difficulty looking at these prices, that means it's a good thing because the average person is probably having a much harder time.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just going to pick who I like. I've got his T-shirt in the closet. That was my logic 2 years ago, and still sometimes today. But yeah, gut boy parlays now, right? So we say that for the parlay, for the low risk, high reward.
Right.
Save that for. All right, let's get into this. I think that the first driver that we've got to talk about, I don't even want to go in order of pricing. Chalkiest guy, literally like opened up the chalk box, got the sidewalk chalk out today. There he was, Tyler Reddick. He is 8.5K on DraftKings, and he is 9.2K on FanDuel. Drew, you remember this race last year watching Reddick when he came into the NASCAR season. Dude just surprised the hell out of me for somebody that hadn't watched a lot of Xfinity racing before. Now we have no choice. Dale's dragging us over to that life, and I'm getting hooked on it. So, but seeing Reddick, man, he's going to be running the Xfinity race on Saturday, and he's going to be running the Cup race on Sunday. I am loving some Red Dog, Tyler Red Dog Reddick this week, just because the starting position is beautiful. I want to say, let me get it pulled up unless you have it in front of you, 35th. That is I can taste the chalk. I hear it scratching on the board.
Yeah, I mean, it's unavoidable to not considering, honestly. If you're not playing him, you're probably playing some combination of William Byron or Matt DiBenedetto. I think me and you just feel a little bit more comfortable with Reddick. And I think a lot of people are going to look to that race last year, Chase, that you just mentioned. I mean, how could you not at least look at it? I'm comfortable saying in the lineups I don't have him, I'm going to have some of these other guys. So it's going to be another week like last week where you're mixing and matching these guys starting in the back. And honestly, this is kind of one of the things that we're going to have to get used to without qualifying, unless these guys start finishing better.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shout out to the mixture. The mixture will be back come Dega. The mixture almost worked at Daytona, by the way, until the last lap. So it was close. The no cigar.
Yep.
Rough times. So yeah, so
Rough
we
time.
love that was bad. We love Reddick though. Shout out to Red Dog, and we'll definitely be playing him. I'm sure everybody else will too. And like Drew said, make sure that you do consider some Byron, some DiBenedetto, just a little bit higher on the Red Dog. Okay, the Red Dog. We love you, Red Dog.
Especially what's the cat's name again? Forgot.
Ty.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
It's like for a bow tie. It's like I wonder if like Ty Dillon ever came over to his house and like got just mad confused. Like just like, what are you talking about? I'm not like hiding in your pantry. Like, no, I was talking to my cat. Like, you know, like,
Nice.
Yeah. Shout out to Ty and Bo, baby Bo. It's growing up. It's getting big. Next driver. This one is a little bit more obvious. Great record at this track. One of the best average finishing positions, I think, like actually like in the game when we're taking a look at it. Mr. Martin Truex Jr. We're back. This is the third week that we will be trusting in Martin. And the reason that we are going back is because we went from super speedway to road course, and now we're going to your normal intermediate oval. So we have to at least experiment with Truex at every place before we can determine whether he fucked us or not in life. So, you know, he's kept us away from bags. It's been sad, but you don't stop. Okay. You got to keep the consistency going until you get enough data. We're going to get the data. We're going to collect it. This is the last week to collect some data. There'll be more coming, but he's 11.4K on DraftKings, 12.5K on FanDuel. Are you feeling the Truex, or are you still a little like chapped on your ass from it?
I don't let this impact my decision. Anything in the past, that's one of the things I do best. I don't let that affect me. But to be honest, Jace, to be frank, I don't know where I rank these guys that are expensive. Like Hamlin, I can see a path to victory. Harvick, a path to victory. Truex. The hardest part of this week for me is nailing the Dominator. The tier 1 on my rankings. So usually at this point of the week, I kind of rely on you, Chase, to tell me who your favorites are, because I'm really not ready to rank those guys. And it sounds like you want to go back to Truex.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna be pretty heavy on Truex. Like because like looking at the whole entire slate, like up front, like I said, there's just you have Hamlin up there. I feel like he's gonna be heavily played because of how he did last year. And I'm not saying that he's like the worst play in the world. It's just that I don't want to take that gamble on maybe that was just some luck thrown his way last year, and then now we're having to worry about, you know, because he what does everybody call him, the choke artist? This was the track that he could never close at. And then the moment that they lift the championship from it, he's guns a-blazing. So, you know, obviously this isn't last year. Every year is different. Every year is new. So I want to just roll back to Truex. I want to, you know, kind of try to keep that faith there. And then, of course, we could be sitting here talking about Kyle Busch. He's another chalky play, but he's the most expensive play on the board. And I'm definitely going to have a lot of KB too, because I got some faith in KB. But if I'm looking as far as like, you know, to get a little bit of movement up front, he's starting a little bit closer. I feel like maybe he can get up there and lead some laps and get some Dominator type situation. Maybe he gets a stage or two. I don't know if Truex wins the race, but I definitely think that he has a chance to finish top 3. And yeah. I mean, it's kind of what you look for and what you need.
Yeah, and we need these guys to lead laps. I think a good thing to tell some of our newer listeners and newer players, road course, right, does not allow a lot of fastest laps and laps led, whereas something like this, the opportunity to score well, even if you do fall back, is there. So if Hamlin or Truex can lead a ton of laps at any point of the race, then they become a guy that probably is on the optimal lineup. So that's the only path I see to taking down Kyle Busch, is if Kyle Busch can never get the lead and one of these guys leads like a ton of laps. So, yeah.
And remember, guys, if you're playing this, okay, and you're like a new, you know, DraftKings or FanDuel player, and you're excited and you're like, I'm going to get like doing lineups like I first started out doing, where you get like a crap load of like the best guys you can possibly get. And then you throw in somebody like, you know, a BJ McLeod or like a, you know, I don't even know. Like you throw those. quinning. Some Quinn Huff. You get a little Quinn Huff action in there. You're going to fuck yourself because these guys are going to get lapped a shitload. This track is fast. And if you don't know how to ride that high line, if you don't know how to drive properly on that thing, you're going to find yourself like easily like maybe like 5-6 laps down before you know it. So it's like, just be aware of that. Try to, I would say like this is not a stars and scrubs week. This is not a stars and scrubs week. You want to make sure that you're playing some pretty balanced lineups. It's hard for me to say because I'm not a balanced guy. I'm pretty off, you know me, but you got to do it. You got to be smart, especially to track like this. So, but Truex, man, the record shows since 2017, I want to say he's had three top threes. So, I mean, that's pretty damn good. So we'll leave it at that.
I feel like we need to definitely hit up our boy Hunter if he does poorly this race and be like, Hunter, we're taking this out on you. The anger towards you.
Remember, guys, Hunter changes his tires. He's got a better tire changer now. Okay. So he's the man. So we have faith in Hunter.
These are facts, right?
Yeah. Do we have more faith in Hunter or Martin? I think it's pretty, it's kind of even, but like I would say like it tips Hunter a little bit more. You gotta be able to get tires on quick to get out there, in the first place. Pit crew members are athletes. Tell your friends. Chase Briscoe, 7.2K on DraftKings, 7K on FanDuel. This is kind of going to be like our low boy in a weird way this week. Rookie boy, for sure. Welcome, Chase. Welcome to the show. You made it. Chase Briscoe is one of those guys where in Xfinity shined. He shined for SHR for a long time. He's a highline runner at Homestead. And, I mean, just looking back at the Xfinity record, man, I mean, he's been decent here. I mean, he wasn't, obviously he wasn't able to make some big things happen, but now he's in the Cup Series. He's got the 14 car, which if you forget Clint Boyer ever drove that car, Tony Stewart drove that car. Tony Stewart, legend of the game. Clint is too in his own right. But I mean, this is, I feel like this is Tony Stewart looking at the 14 really coming back to dominance just because of how good Chase Briscoe actually is. So I think the main reason we like this play though is because he's priced decently for his starting position, priced really well for his starting position. Actually, he's starting in 30th. SHR equipment starting in 30th. You obviously know if you've got a decent enough driver, they're going to be able to drive their way up towards the front of the pack pretty quickly. I don't see this guy just chilling out in 30th and hanging out with the Ware boys, the whole race. So.
No, I agree. Chase, one of the first things that we talked about when we got on the pre-recording is them DraftKings pricing up some of these guys like Byron. Let's see, I'm pulling up pricing right now. Matt D is 8,800. Byron's 9,100. Reddick is 8,500. Meanwhile, because Briscoe's a rookie and we don't have Cup data on him, he's priced 7,200. So maybe that's something we can exploit. Basically, we're just trusting that the Xfinity data is somehow relevant. I don't know if I don't necessarily trust that.
Definitely different. I mean, you're looking at low downforce versus high downforce. Right. So there's that.
I think we just trust the SHR thing is my point. Like, I think that's where we're saying 7,200 SHR equipment. The rest is history type thing.
This is a question of, do you trust Tony Stewart's judgment? And do you also trust that Chase Briscoe is a pretty good race car driver? I will say yes to both of those. So that's why we're here. I mean, look, I took him in the road course race last week. I mean, if his hood wouldn't have decided to flip up and blind him, he would have probably banged out a top 5, dude. So I was proud. I was proud of Chase Briscoe. I'm kind of a Briscoe boy. I like some Briscoe. I like some Chase. Yeah, he's another Chase for NASCAR. So Chase Elliott, Chase Briscoe, me. That's NASCAR.
All these biases coming in, all these Chase boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you play him, but that's why you're here. Another cool thing to factor in about Chase Briscoe is that if somehow he does end up like winning this thing, that's plus 8,000 and also plus 255 for a top 10. I might hit the top 10. I might bang the top 10. That plus 255. I might.
I feel like there's probably like 20 bets that you want to hit plus 10 or
I want to bet everything and have no regard for how it works. No, I'm just joking. We'll have the bet card out this week, but yeah, it is I've been looking at the odds, and I have a lot of work to do. I'll put it that way, because there's a ton of stuff that I like.
One of my favorite things is just like I am yet to like analyze a thing, and I like find it so useless to like do this. You just get so excited early in the week, and I love it. Like, it shows that you're way more passionate about the NASCAR odds than I am, because I'm not going to look at this stuff till probably tomorrow. So I don't know. I don't want
to miss, some fuck ups on books, man. I don't want to miss them.
Yeah.
By Saturday,
your top 10 odds should not move. Now, I think you could take advantage of get some of these long shots early in the week to win the race, like a plus that those odds can move pretty drastically. So
yes, they've been moving, like they've been falling backwards for like Custer. Like, he started at like, I think it was like plus 66, and now he's at plus 8 right there with Briscoe. So, right. But anyway, there's all kinds of, you can find out more about that if you join the Discord. So if you want to, you could literally talk about it all day long. Like, literally, there's a bunch of people in there. The Garage Fam will welcome you with open arms. Just don't try to exploit and solicit your products without bringing pizza, or we will run you out. It's that simple. Like, literally, we're like a mob in a way. So it's like a family.
Aggressive people, but we're a family.
I'm Joe Pesci. He's Robert De Niro. That's it. All right.
You got some smart dudes in there too, man. I got into it like about NASCAR, a betting model. Shout out to that guy. Really, yeah, went into the deep end. So didn't think I was going to find that guy in Discord, but he came talking.
We got big brains in the Garage Fam. We got big brain energy in there. Like, there's people smarter than me in there, guaranteed. Okay, I'm just being real. I'm being honest. Last play we'll talk about is going to be Chase Elliott. He's 11K on DraftKings, 13K on FanDuel. Another Chase.
It's a wild order from you.
Yes.
We're not going in like descending order this time, or you're just going all over the place.
We're going to Miami. I don't know. I was just intro. Yeah, I was just looking around. I was thinking about Will Smith, man. He just lives life, by his own terms. So I was just, I was like, you know what? Why we got to do it in order?
We should have had some Will Smith apparel on for this.
No, I wish I would have just like let you keep the Kapowski shirt, because I feel like you'd be wearing that right now.
Dude, I love the Kapowski shirt.
I know.
You weren't supposed to tell people that's your shirt. It's
okay, because maybe it's not. Maybe I found it.
Maybe you gave it to me.
Maybe I did. You just forgot to wear it today. No, but shout out to, I know that they don't sponsor us, and I don't care. Shout out to Roosevelt's. That's a great company. They make awesome shirts. I don't know if you checked that link I sent you.
I can't wait. No, I have looked at it. I want your help though when I make a purchasing decision.
The next one I'm getting, the Ace Ventura series. That's coming to my house. Shorts and shirt.
Yeah, I can't wait for day. I'm going to be rocking. I want somebody to make me a Kapowski Austin Powers mixture shirt.
Mixture?
I want a mixture, like a hybrid model of Powers Kapowski, because think about those two people in the same movie. The Austin Powers energy brings in Kapowski.
Dude, I actually know somebody that could probably make that for you. His name's Tavechi. He's in New Orleans. He's also good friends with Alvin Kamara. So what we'll do is we'll get him to build us these mixture shirts. We'll start the Garage Guys line, and me, you, Dale, Alvin Kamara, and Tavechi will all wear them. And we'll be there at Talladega.
Mixture.
Yeah, a boy can dream. Back to Elliott, though. Elliott was, I think you brought up an interesting stat. So last year, it's like it seemed like Elliott was just like gunning for it, like at the certain points of the race. And I feel like where Elliott's at now, getting the championship out the way, and he didn't win the road course. And that was a big bummer for him, probably because everybody and their mom expected him to win that. I feel like he's going to be like a little bit more driven to like close this thing out this year because of how close he did get to doing that. And especially for like the Chevy camp. He knows that Reddick's really good, and, maybe he's got that little competitive fire, and he's like, well, I want to be the best Chevy out here. So he's going to try to be pushing. And, but with the price that he's at and his starting position, I want to say he's in 11th. So he's rolling off P11. I just looking at him and Truex, man, that's the two guys that I feel like are going to be able to make the dart for like the top 5, the fastest out of this whole thing. Cause you got like McDowell up there. You got Priest up there. I feel like they're just going to get like washed like very fast. And that's really just kind of like where I'm at with it. He's Chase Elliott. His car looks badass this week too. And I think the funny thing that you mentioned, though, this goes against everything that I'm saying, was like the fact that I think he scored like 20 DK points, and like Blaney had like 40. There's a reason.
Talking about last week.
Yeah, we're talking about oh yeah, that's right. The swing. Last year, he definitely, I feel like, he definitely didn't do as good as Blaney did just because of like the domination. That was just, I try to forget Miami last year, but it's hard.
It was rough.
Um,
It was
yeah,
rough.
at Randy's house, just sitting there, just
Yeah.
having to just live that out. They just,
Dude, tell me this, because I know you have a better memory than me. Because so how easy or hard was passing last year compared to an average race or an average intermediate? What were they passing a ton? Because here's what I'm getting at. Like, we like Elliott, or you like Elliott, like Truex, and I'm trying to figure out what dominator I like. I don't care who gets to the top 5 quickest. I care about, can someone take the lead early?
yeah, yeah. You want to make sure you get somebody that's out there. Cause like once you get out there in that clean air on this track, dude, with the package they're running, dude, you're gone. So
See,
it's,
that's what makes it difficult, Chase. Like, that's why I'm struggling to rank these guys. Is even if Hamlin's not that good, if he leads what is it? The whole first, what do they call it? Tier. I'm going blank. The
yeah,
first, first stage, and then he leads half the second stage. Then you're pretty much screwed if you're on Truex and Elliott. That's just the predicament I'm in right now.
yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of things you've got to take into consideration whenever you're putting these guys in. And looking at Chase Elliott, like he's got an average finish of 8th at this track, and I want to say that his average of quality passes is somewhere around, it's 46.7. Like is the average percent of quality passes. I want to say he had 140 passes there at this track, and I think that's just like career
Data boy.
wise, huh?
Data boy.
Big data energy right now. It's funny, like looking at this, like there's definitely like one guy that I'm going to have in my premium article that I'm going to be writing about. And I'll tell you off camera, but if you're here, the only way to get it is to go to garageguysfantasysports.com and go check out our premium page. We have weekend pass, we have monthly pass, and we have the annual pass. Weekend pass is $14.99. You get all the stuff that we have to offer right there on the website for the race weekend, for Xfinity and for Cup. So go check that out, because there's a guy that I'm seeing here. But I will say this, out of some of the guys we've talked about, Denny Hamlin is the one that he's a little bit ranked lower on these quality passes. But I think Ryan Blaney really helped himself out with quality passes this last race. And then also, too, Kyle Busch. I mean, he's got that average finish of about 3.7 here. You have to remember this was a championship race before last year, so this is a whole new ball game. But I think his average is at 49% for quality passes. So, I mean, Truex is right there below him. And, I mean, Hamlin's below Truex. So, I mean, that's kind of like why I'm leaning that way. And then, of course, like Elliott, is right there underneath Hamlin. But with Hamlin starting on the pole, I like the place differential value a little bit more, and just I don't want to take the gamble, and I know we're not supposed to say this, but I don't want to take the gamble on Hamlin having something going wrong, and then there goes a lineup that's just like dead. Like, if we can finish in the green, that's what counts, and I just feel like that there's some people that can come from behind and get that speed pretty quickly that might could challenge and take that away and get those dominator points.
I hope you're right. If I don't know where I'm going to rank on Hamlin, but if I go with Elliott Truex, I hope you're right. I hope the lead disappears a little quicker than usual. That's just the predicament we're in, man. And I think it's a very interesting race to make sure you have plenty of lineups like always.
I might go a little bit more than normal actually this week. If you're like a 20 lineup guy, maybe go 30.
And we're not even talking about Harvick. He's another guy that possibly, if we're talking about someone that can take the early lead away, you got to consider Logano and Harvick as well.
Harvick's thing at this track, though, like, and the reason that I didn't want to like bring him up personally is just because, for one, I've already pretty much like put my word on the fact that he's not going to have the best season. So I did that. So that's me being a selfish boy. Sorry, guys. But I will say this: he can pass pretty well here, but he's starting up in 4th. The thing is that he has a hard time closing. So he has an average finish of 11th at this track. And I want people to go forwards, not backwards.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I like your confidence. I feel like you're way more confident in your stance right now on these dominators. So that's something I'm going to have to wait. And I'm going to have to wait that when I do my rankings. And I'm probably going to have to call you and see where your head's at in a couple of days, honestly.
That's it. But guys, look, you know where to go if you want to get all the goods, all the inside information. You go to GarageGuysFantasySports.com and be sure to join the Discord. You can talk to us personally. We're here. We're not like these other fuck boys that just are like, I am a professional fantasy analyst on Twitter. I don't speak to peasants. We're not those guys. So you can holler at us because we're just guys at the end of the day. And that's what we are. But yeah, definitely do that. Remember, drip drop, promo code GarageGuys20, and be on the lookout. Chef Boys rankings are coming, projections are coming. We're going to be talking a lot more going into the weekend. So we want to make sure that you guys are just as ready as we are and just as confident as we are going into Sunday, because we need bags. When you stack cash, get bags. That's what we need to do. And that's what we're going to set out to do. All right. You ready to set sail?
Let's set sail. I'm ready to do this thing.
I'm sailing away. Dun, dun, dun.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.
But good stuff. We're still hydrating. That's what matters here.
It's the Garage Guys. It's the Garage Guys.